Hey traders, welcome to this video. We're back again on a 100k account. You can see just took gains on the euro dollar. You can see the balance is slowly going up each time we do a video. With no losers so far. We've not closed any losses, just repeated trades closed out flat for gains. So I'm going to run through a couple of ideas and a couple of things I'm looking at the moment. I've just taken an odd dollar long. And the reason why, and I'm just going to change the background across here because I think if we do that, that would be ideal. So let's save this as a template and then let's just apply this. Okay, so where are we? I think it was this one, wasn't it? Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I just took entry long on the odd dollar. The reason why particularly is because you had a bit of rhetoric out from the RBA last night, even putting in the prospect of raising rates if necessary. And really, to be honest, when you hear things like that, it only really supports the strength side. We know the Fed is eager to cut, so it goes in line with the long side bias that you would like coming off from these lows, because what you've had is rejection already. So we know that traders prefer this particular market to the upside, just based on that to begin with. Now, if you're wondering why I'm blocking the, just so everyone knows, blocking the top left and the orders is so no one can see the orders and then go and mess about with my account where, you know, or anything like that. So I'm just keeping it private. But this is a 100k live prop account. And I've got a few prop accounts now. So yeah, off from this level, key long side bias, the sentiment case fits it more and more. And you've got a bit of a dip on your lower time frames now. You can see on your 15-minute, you're up here. You pull back and back and back. So I'm just getting a value low, essentially, is what I'm looking for, and a move to the upside or a recovery in the market. Because if you look, you've actually gone relatively sideways for a considerable period of time. If you take about that area and like that area, if you look at it, you know, it's, yes, you've got lower highs, but the next lower high you would expect around here, which is probably going to be about 61 or 78 fib on that move. Fibs are yellow, unfortunately. You have not changed it, but that's about here. Okay, about 0.66786. So my target is going to be somewhere around there for that long. Like I said, I did just exit euro dollar longs. I'm just trying to see, this is why I don't normally draw on here. But yeah, I exited euro dollar longs for gains a minute ago. Now, another one I'm keen on, or I've got an entry on, you can see at the bottom, New Zealand dollar CAD. And like I said, I'm just taking these lightly, you know, I'm not going crazy whatsoever. These are just small entries because of drawdown limits. I don't want to go near them if I can help it. But you can see I've got New Zealand dollar CAD long. Okay, a little bit of rejection on the daily isn't ideal. However, it looks in this risk environment that the New Zealand dollar is relatively weak. But having said that, you've got the same thing really for the CAD anyway. So they're not exactly the strongest currencies. And that's why you've got this slight uptrend, because it looks like the New Zealand dollar, although weak, has a little bit more strength. And that's why you've been trending to the upside. So again, just like your odd dollar, I'm looking for a pullback so I can get a value long. In other words, I want to buy within this uptrend move, but I want to do it at a price that's fair. And for me, it's on this pullback now. So my exit, again, probably going to come to the upside, you know, with a reasonable move. And I'll probably consider rebuying dips higher up again. But I want something probably at least around here to exit. That's going to come about 0.836. Now, remember this. If you've just watched that and thought, you know what, I'm just going to copy his trade, if it goes the other way, you will not know how to deal with it. We've got specific risk plans, which we teach every day in our live Zoom room. Don't forget, if you want to join, go underneath. And I know exactly what I'll do if this breaks the bottom trend line and starts to move south. Okay, and I know how I'll handle it for long-term gains. Like I said, if you can't do that, it's not going to be possible for you. The pound dollar, I've still got short on another prop firm account. Okay, you've had a really steep upwards trajectory since this point over here. Okay, that is May time. All right, you've gone well up like that, more or less. Okay, again, I prefer drawing on TradingView because it's easier. It's a shame they don't change these. But yeah, higher lows, higher highs. It does get very steep as of late. But now what you're seeing is a pullback down. And this pull down may reflect the absolute long-term case for the pound dollar that you've seen. Okay, so it looks like in this period of time, you are, your pound is gaining over your US dollar, which, is quite realistic, to be honest, at this point. It just depends how this risk-off environment goes, because you might see investors pile into the dollar. But nonetheless, I wouldn't be shocked if you get down here ultimately. For me, I would probably consider pulling this around here. Now, I haven't specifically bought it myself or sold it yet on this 100K account, because it's too late. The price has gone already, and I think it will get lower anyway. So I don't need to jump in, dive in, and go absolutely nuts with it. It's just not necessary. If it comes down here, I might consider entry, but definitely down here, you've got a really strong long side case, I think, for longs. So down there would be ideal. Now, I mentioned, you can see I've still got the rectangle there. I called this long. I did set an ITM, but you could have rebought on the drop back, and now you're seeing the move up. So because I've already just taken the all dollar long, I'm not desperate to get into this. And you can see really on your daily, there's a lot of rejection there. 4 hour piling straight back. So if you were going to dip by this, I would probably make it light, because there's still weakness on these pairs. I don't think at all that the environment that we've seen crush markets into this week has gone. I think it will probably continue. And I think, therefore, your yen carry trades being reversed is going to continue as well. Because if you look, you've had a bounce up, but like I said, it's very weak. So I'm not interested in buying this at all yet for that reason. If you look at equities, just getting pummeled again, not going to rebuy the FTSE. I'm not buying the yours. I'm not buying any equities at this point. I'm going to let them fall. Again, the weakness just hasn't subsided. And I don't expect it to, because nothing has drastically changed since yesterday. And if you get even more bad data out of the US, it is going to absolutely propel this, even quicker, even faster. If you go through the week, you haven't really got any news events today or tomorrow that are really going to be strong. But if you have some comments out of the US, it could drive all of these lower. You just have to wait and see. But yeah, too late for me on indices. So those entries I've taken, I might add some more as the day goes on or the week goes on. But that's where I sit with a couple of entries for today, just as a demo. There are a basket of things you can trade. I think crypto markets, you've got a bit of risk there. They're risk on assets. Stocks, same thing. Anything with a Swiss franc in it as well. It's gonna be a bit like the yen. Okay, harder to trade because the Swiss franc is a safe haven. It's just getting bought and bought and bought. So your risk on safe haven assets is going to be, a lot, quite large. New Zealand dollar, typically you won't get much strength in a risk-on environment either. However, like I said, the CAD's relatively weak anyway. So I'm happy to take that long. So that's a run over. $538 in profit now. And I just sort of started this, mostly trading it going on from last week, at the end of last week. And it doesn't seem a lot, but like I said, this is not my money anyway. And on top of that, I'm keeping risk low on purpose, just taking a few entries. But I've got 100% hit rate so far on a basket of trades. So thanks for watching, guys. If you want to learn to trade, we're going to be live doing this on Zoom around lunchtime UK. It'll be recorded if you can't make it. You'll also get our video library. Let's go underneath the video to view that. Thanks, guys. See you in the next one.